guys, so what's up? It's Kasheera Latasha, aka Cash TV. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm coming to you guys today because this week is Black Breastfeeding Week. So you guys know I had to come on here, show my support, and confirm that Black women do indeed breastfeed. I'm a breastfeeding mama, and I'm going 23 months. Yes, you guys, I've been breastfeeding for a long time. No, I'm kidding. But yes, I've been breastfeeding for 23 months, and it's been an amazing journey. Black women do breastfeed their babies, but when we look at the rates that Black women breastfeed compared to other races, it's still relatively low, which also contributes to the high infant mortality rate within the Black community and urban environment. So I thought I'd come on here and share 5 tips for new moms, new Black moms to be, to encourage a long, healthy, strong breastfeeding journey. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Alright guys, so my first tip is definitely going to be education. Definitely educate yourself, find out as much as you can about breastfeeding so you know what to expect. When I first had Makai, I didn't know that sometimes your milk supply isn't like bursting right when the baby comes out. Like my milk came in 2 days later, so it definitely would have helped and been a lot less stressful if I would have informed myself on what to expect. So definitely do as much research as possible so that you are not like confused and stressed out and frustrated, because the more you know, the less likely you are to feel like you can't do it and that you want to give up. All right, tip number 2, definitely make sure that the baby has a good latch. When I first had Makai and he first latched, it was really painful. Like I would brace myself every time I knew he was about to latch because it hurt. And I didn't realize that, you know, if you get the baby to latch on correctly, that it really isn't supposed to hurt. So I actually did end up seeing a lactation consultant twice, I think, after I had Makai. And that really helped me get a good latch down. And once Makai had his latch got better and better, then it no longer hurt. All right, tip number 3, you want to make sure that you have some good positioning. I know in the beginning, sometimes I position Makai like completely wrong. And I just think it's so funny how we're like expected to take care of like this fresh new life. And a lot of times we don't even have the resources and information that we need to do things the best way or the correct way. But even though I had some bad positioning, I did eventually realize that tummy to tummy was best. So definitely play around with different positions. I think for me, having the boppy pillow and doing tummy to tummy, that worked out the best, and it was also better for his neck. All right, tip number 4, you definitely want to make sure you're well hydrated. Like drink a lot of water. For me, I always had a pitcher of water and a cup like in the bedroom, so I could always just refill. And even in those early days, Mark was always getting me water because, you know, you got to hydrate yourself and you got to hydrate baby, and you got to make sure that you have enough water and fluids so that you can make a good amount of milk. Right, so definitely make sure that you're staying hydrated throughout the day and throughout the night, because you know how some babies be. Tip number 5, ignore the naysayers. Now, you might think in this day and age, and most people would know that if you can breastfeed, that you definitely should. But sometimes, like in my case, you know, when it came to my family, the woman in my family, like a lot of the women in my family didn't breastfeed at all. And so they really couldn't even offer me the kind of support that I needed to really feel like, to even encourage me. Like I would get just comments that made me doubt my decision to breastfeed. And so that's definitely not what you want, especially when you're a new mom. And it's hard because, you know, even though it eventually doesn't hurt, I say like for the first few weeks it did hurt. So you're already kind of feeling, you know, rough postpartum, you're healing and stuff, and you're really trying to stick to this breastfeeding thing, but it's kind of tough. So you definitely don't want to have people around you that's like not supporting you. Don't be afraid to jump on a forum or become a part of like a baby center forum or breastfeeding forum, Latch League, to find support in other places. All right guys, I'm gonna throw in some bonus tips. Okay, bonus tip number 1, you definitely want to have a good breast pump. Like I got mine used off Craigslist, but I made sure that I had all the little end parts and the tubing. I made sure that that was all new. And for me, I found that obviously Makai could get a lot more milk by himself, and I wasn't really getting a lot of milk through the pump. And sometimes that made me question my milk supply, because like I wouldn't get a lot with the pump and I would be worried. But from what I've researched and what I've heard, the baby is more effective at getting milk than the pump. So, but maybe it depends on the pump. So make sure you get a good pump, and make sure you keep your receipts, just in case if the pump is not doing what you want it to do, then you can return it and try a different pump. Right guys, as far as wardrobe, first of all, you're gonna need a lot of shirts that you can easily breastfeed in, like breastfeeding accessible shirts. Makai did not care. He wanted to breastfeed when he wanted to breastfeed, and so I had to make sure that the shirts were like easily pull downable, like even this one. Bonus tip number 3, nursing pads. You can definitely find some really cheap but quality nursing pads on AliExpress, and nursing bras, nursing bras and nursing pads. And I think it's great to have the reusable ones that you can just wash, the nursing pads. That way, you know, it's less wasteful. Now I will say you can also find cloth diapers on AliExpress as well. And most people don't know that. And oh my gosh, you can get them so cheap. So if you cloth diapering, definitely check out AliExpress for cloth diapers. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed these tips. And let me know, what was your experience breastfeeding? Did you have a lot of support from your family or not? And how did you deal with it? Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Love you guys. Peace out.
Dancing slow and looks at me. She must be the sunlight. Shines a little more tonight. I know I tried.